Brief discussion on environmental and social impact assessment on hotel and restaurant development of Bayog Mini Beach Resort in Barangay Baay.
Project description: Barangay Baay is one of the tourist destinations in Calbayog City. Barangay Baay is known for having good and relaxing mini resorts, clean water, fresh air, and aesthetic view are the factors that made tourists visit in this undeveloped mini resort. Currently, there are about mini resorts in Barangay Baay, namely Coral Reefs Resorts, a private, and Bayog open for public but temporarily closed. Bayog Mini Resort have positive impact on social and local economic of Baay before the COVID-19 pandemic. A Gomez property located near the Bayog were undeveloped because it has existing agricultural purposes. The Gomez lot supplies copra or coconut and also have a small piggery.
The AIA and SIA team choose Barangay Baay as a project location for hotel and resort development here in Calbayog City. Since Barangay Baay may na siya mga present or existing mga resort, those mini resorts have already mga positive impact sa social, which is may na sila mga provide na ito ng mga private resorts and employment dito sa Barangay Baay. So ang purpose that sini nga project is to provide the community of Barangay Baay economic opportunity and ma-improve or ma-develop and coastal tourism, tapos and then ma-preserve and cultures and Barangay Baay diri sa Barangay Baay ngan cultures and Calbayog City nga kundiin magkamayada activity dida sa resort nga nag-strengthen or nagbibigay pahalaga sa ating culture. The development for Bayog Mini Beach into hotel and restaurant dapat may ikakandak nga AIA ngan SIA because magkakamay-ada mga changes and land cover and posible ito may impacts and surely sa liwat sa social sa mga tao, especially dito sa Barangay Baay, may mga direct impacts ito sila. That's why SIA and AI should be conducted in this kind of project.
The EIA team started to observe the environmental baseline conditions such as the land, water, and air. The physical and biological components of the study area is assessed. Ang EIA and SIA nag-gathered some data sa terrestrial fauna and flora, the baseline parameters on land. Also check the turbidity and temperature of the water. We also gathered the secondary parameters of the air, which includes the rainfall, temperature, and humidity. The team also assessed the information of social, includes the people who will be directly and indirectly impacted by the project. We conduct a face-to-face survey. We also formulate a questionnaire to determine their age, gender, educational attainment, livelihood, years of staying, religion, etc.
Scope and limitation of the AIA and SIA study. So this study focuses on Barangay Baay. There are direct and indirect impact zones in the area. So direct impact zones, these are those households na located siya within 1 meter to 30 meters. And an indirect impact zones naman and those households na 50 meters to 100 meters away or sa tubtub pa sa adjacent barangay San Baay. So the report will focus on the environmental and social impacts of the proposed project. Then let us move forward to the impact assessment of the environmental management plan. The AIA team, or we as an AIA team, predict the possible impacts on land during pre-construction, construction, and operation phase. So on pre-construction, there is a generation of solid waste because of the demolitions and mga existing na kinahanglang tanggalon dito sa lot nga pag hihimuan sa development. So as an aton Gomez property nga allotted for the development, may ada siya existing household, may piggery, old bamboo cottages, nga debris, may ada that debris from mga trees, kaya may dito mga flora, mga different species. So, may ada kit san pollution, solid waste pollution. Ang iya impact is from low to medium. To minimize the effect, so the project manager or and magpapatupad sa project should have proper disposal and utilization of available goods is required. During construction naman, magkakamay-ada gyapon waste production from empty cement sacks na gamit sa pag-build na sa mga facilities, mga paint cans and aluminum wires nga magkaka-cause solid waste pollution gyapon sa land during construction. So the degree of impacts is low, but we have also to mitigate these impacts. So the mitigation measures, the empty sacks and cans and other solid waste should be reused and recycled, and so the segregation of waste, and have also daily garbage collection. Dapat magkamay-ada gyapon proper segregation para ang mga pwede pa ma-recycle or ma-reuse nga mga waste materials mapakinabangan pa. And during operation, so magkakamay-ada gyapon na liwat sa solid waste pollution. Asya ito ng impact sa land. During operation, may da naman mga visitors, so magkakamay-ada na mga solid waste pollution sa nilang mga basura. So, and it is important to put up segregated garbage bins and have daily garbage collection also. So we also have here the impact on biological, which is part gyapon sa land. And during pre-construction, maghimo nga activity sa pre-construction, diba? Magkakamay-ada cutting of trees sa project site, and syempre magkakaresulta sa biodiversity loss of flora and maamong liwat ang mga fauna kay ang mga na-star din sa mga trees, magkakamay-ada iton siya high impact sa aton environment. So the mitigation measure will be reforestation within the resort. Kung diin na area pwede magtukod, and kung pupoy nila liwat mag-cut trees, didagula sa paggagamitan. So during construction naman, magkakamay-ada liwat impact siya sa mga faunas nga present dida sa site. So because of the disturbance sa area, magkaka-cause siya biodiversity loss of faunas. So an impact is from low to medium degree, and the mitigation measures includes reserving area for floras and faunas para
The water quality is threatened to surface runoff. For example, ang tubig na tikang sansapa or bukid na may too much phosphorus, it can affect the water quality. One other factor, once ato na ini sa ocean, magkakamaeda na itong epekto which is not good, kaya pwede lot maka-apekto sa residente or sa aton, kaya ang better solution sini is water canal. During naman sa construction, para malesen nato ang epekto sini, kailangan talaga surian ng mga machine, vehicles, or equipment, kung okay ba or waray tagas, para once na nagtikang ka na sa construction, di rin na ora-ora ang impact may mamayhimo o madudugang sa tubig. Para liwatin isan kuan sa pre-construction, kailangan liwat maghimo sa drainage pati diversion canal para malasat ang pollution sa tubig para di rin good maura-ora ang epekto siton.
About environmental baseline, the air, pre-construction, dust emissions due to the continuous transport of needed materials for constructions, which causes air pollution with low to medium impact. The need to mitigating measures include water spraying, coating of humps to prevent vehicles from overspeeding. Constructions, dust emissions example as cement, have negative impacts on social and environment. It causes dust inhalations and air pollution with low to medium degree. To mitigate measures are covering to stockpile with the top. And the one operation, the visitors' activity causing air pollution such as bonfire activity. This will cause air pollution which impact are low to medium. We need to mitigate this factor. The resort will be provided designing lights for camping site and prevent bonfire activity as much as possible.
Social impact assessment of the project and mitigation measures are negative impacts. Pre-constructions. The dust emissions on the site can cause respiratory health problems, especially those who are living near the site. The degree of impact is low to the medium. The mitigation measures will be water spraying. Yeah. Ang mga dust na na-produce sa pagko-construct sa project ay nagkakos siya health problem. The noise pollution spring from the heavy equipment such as chainsaw and bulldozer, which can cause disturbance to the people near the project site. The impact can be too high. The mitigation measure is to avoid working at right time and by putting temporarily acoustic barrier. Yes, ang mga noise san chainsaw and bulldozer as nakakadisturb siya sa mga residente, especially sa harani sa nga site na construct. Loss of home of residents, particularly those first household within the vicinity of Gomez property due to the expansions required by the hotel and restaurant development. This will cause displacement of the affected populations to mitigate the high degree of impacts. There should be relocate of the affected residents and naapektuhan sa na pag project na expand the hotel and the restaurant development as na magbabalhin sila, wala sila may kundi talaga mag-relocate.
Construction phase. What are the impact of construction phase? This adverse environmental impact like noise pollution is generally defined as regular exposure to elevated sound level that may lead to adverse effect on human sa living organism. According to the World Health Organization, sound level is than 70 dB or not damaging of living organism. Ito siya na puro sa noise siya na puro sa mixer, tapos pagpukpok sa mga martilyo na apektuhan sa kapaligiran po sa nahimuman siya noise, tapos sa social sa na area, tapos na mabatian mitong siya sa na-istar nga to sa area sa nakin tukurang building, kaya na himo siya noise pollution.
Operational phase, there can be a competition in employment between the local residents and on import workers. There will be cost tension between the residents of Barangay Baay and the person facilitate the employment for a project. The impact can be too high. The mitigation measure are the proper selection and provide training to the residents of Barangay Baay. Occurrence, criminal incidents inside such as robbery which discourage visitor in visiting the hotel and resort. There is need to shifting security guards and the sensitive area must have CCTVs and will lightened. There is also an occurrence of the incidents, particularly droning. There must be a number of lifeguards to be assigned and also provide life jackets to the visitors.
So, nagkakamiada sila competition for employment kay may mga possibility na nag-hire pa ang project managers and mga expert na sa mga position tikang sa ibang lugar o municipalities. So, ang tendency, ang mga taga-baay na priority na matagal sila livelihood, mawawala ang opportunity. That's why ang nakikita na mitigation measures sini nga nagpo-provide training sa mga residents sa baay para magkamayada sila knowledge ngan maging deserving sa said nga position or prioritize sa local residents.
So let's move on to the projected positive impacts of the hotel and resort development on Bayog Mini Resort. So first is cultural development. So during the operation phase na sa hotel, magkakamay-ala sini activity di sa sulod sa hotel and resort development nga kundi naghatag importansya sa culture sa Calbayog City. So magkakamay-ala nga sa sulod site for example kuan sa Calbayog mga magkakamay-ala mga souvenir nga nagpaparimay sa culture sa Calbayog. So magkakamay-ada liwat sa coastal tourism ngan coastal syempre livelihood development. So with the help of tourism magkakamay-ada na development and livelihood dito sa Barangay Baay. And ito na hotel and resort development. Magkakamiada sa sulod liwat food park which encourage the residents para magkamiada sa liwat additional income through livelihood. Pwede magtinda bisa na pagkaon or kung ano ka mga souvenirs or pwede lahat nga to maghimo nga to entertainment activity sa sulod kay may adaman entertainment stage dito. So bukod sa to and magkakamiada liwat an baay improvements sa era employment rate.